Hello everyone, today in this video tutorial I am going to work on a new sensor, that is MCP9805. To know more about this sensor, let's have a look over this website controleverything.com and here search for MCP9805. Well, MCP9805 is a memory module digital temperature sensor. It's used in DIMM temperature sensing applications. I will be interfacing it with a particle photon today. For that I require a particle code. So go to resource tab and here is our particle code sample. Click on it and you can download it from here. You can also have this particle code from our GitHub repository, that is Control Everything community. Now let's have a look over the hardware connections we require and let's move ahead. For the connections section, first of all we require a particle photon just like this, and this is an I2C shield. It is very useful in making connections with other I2C devices very easy. This is available on our website controleverything.com. So gently make the connection of the particle photon and the I2C shield like this and place it over gently. Now we require our sensor, which is MCP9805, and a connecting cable. Make this connection like this. While making the connection of the sensor and the cable, please make sure that the brown wire of the cable should be connected to the ground terminal of the sensor and for the I2C shield also. Now, to power up our particle photon, we require a micro USB cable. Gently insert it over here and our connections are ready. Now let's have a look over the particle code. For interfacing of our temperature sensor MCP9805, we need the particle code. So for that, go to github.com and here search for Control Everything community, which you are able to see on my screen. Click on it and here is our required sensor MCP9805. And this is our particle code. Before going to the particle code, here are some instructions where we have to log into our photon and set up the device. This link will help us to set up our particle photon and connect it. Now we have to download the code and copy the code on the online IDE, and this link for the build.particle.io will help us to build the code. Now at the end we have to verify and flash the code on our photon, and dashboard.particle.io /user/log will show the results of our output on the monitor. So this is how the particle code works with the particle photon. Now get back to the particle code. And here it is. First of all, in the code, we have included the header files as you can see, and 0x18 is the address of our temperature sensor. We have created variables here, and here we have initialized serial communication and baud rate is set to 9600. Next, we have selected configuration register having address 0x01 and give the command for continuous conversion mode and power up default, which are 0x00 and 0x00, and here are the right command for them. Next, we have selected resolution register having address 0x08 and we have set the resolution at 0.0625 per Celsius, and the command for that is 0x03. This is the right command for that. Now we have selected data from register 0x05 and we have requested and read 2 bytes of data as shown. Now for the conversion part, we have converted the temperature using the formulas which are described clearly in the data sheet. So at the end we have our output data on the dashboard, which is in the form of temperature in Celsius and Fahrenheit scales. So this is how our code is. Now let's proceed with the working. For the working of the code, first of all copy this entire particle code and open the build URL as described earlier. Now here is our build and MCP9805 is the sensor name, and here paste the entire code and save it. Now verify the code and the verification is good. Now flash the code. For flashing, we have to check for the magenta flashlight which will come on the particle photon. Now here comes the magenta flash. Now go to the dashboard URL as described earlier, and here we will have our output on the monitor. Now here is our temperature in Celsius and Fahrenheit. When I am pressing my finger, there is a change in temperature as you can notice. Again pressing the finger, there is a change in temperature in Celsius and Fahrenheit scale. So this is how our particle code works. Now let's have a look ahead. We have just seen the interfacing of temperature sensor MCP9805 using a particle photon. This sensor has industry standard 2 via I2C SMS interface and memory module temperature check. These features make it useful for ideal sophisticated multi-zone temperature monitoring applications like dual inline memory module, which is DIMM, hard disk drives and PC peripherals, and so on. This sensor can be purchased from our website controleverything.com, and the particle code is available on the same site. You can also have this particle code from our GitHub repository, which is Control Everything Community. For further queries, you can contact us on controleverything.com and be sure to post your comments on our community page. For more articles and blogs, you can reach us on hackster.io and also on Instructables. For more video tutorials, you can subscribe our YouTube channel. In the end, you have a good day and thanks for watching.